Welcome to another episode of Bricks Garden Book Lecture Series. Today I am starting the aspects related to plant care in urban foodscapes. So this has relation to our earlier episodes where I have covered many aspects of good growing conditions in urban foodscapes. If you have not watched our previous episodes Bricks Bio on YouTube, please subscribe and see those episodes. Let us start with the insect pests initially. Insects, many of you may be knowing, are very wonderful creatures, very beautiful creatures on this earth. So they are very dominant, predominant, and 3/4 of the animals defined are insects today. And out of maybe about 5 to 10 lakhs species defined or estimated to be the insects, of which maybe only 1 lakh are properly defined, and in that 1 lakh about 1000 types of insects are considered to be very serious pests. But in our urban foodscapes or urban gardening, all of them are not very prevalent. They are not seen in our gardens. So let us try to understand in simple manner about these insects which are very common in our gardens. So basically these insects can be divided into two parts. One is the sucking group, or the insects which suck the sap from the leaves, from the shoots, from the flowers, from the fruits, and causing a different type of damage. The other type is biting insects, where their mandibles are very strong. They make holes, they damage the shoot, or they bore into the shoot, and these kind of insects. So sucking pests basically they can probably because of their sucking action, maybe the piercing and sucking type of mouth parts, they rupture the plant tissues, they suck the juice, and during this process they can cause curling of leaves, maybe upward curling, downward curling. Sometimes there will be yellowing of leaves, sometimes the retardation of growth, the stunted growth, the plants do not grow properly, and distortion of plant parts. So finally if the plant is too young or maybe a seedling, so the plants may get killed. Otherwise generally sucking pests do not kill the plant, so they make the plants unviable or reduce the vigor of the plant. So that way the sucking pests are very prevalent in urban conditions, because urban gardening conditions, because they here it is not a natural situation. We are growing plants in containers. Sometimes light is not proper, sometimes the container is not sufficient for the plants to grow. So all these growing conditions that we need to accept. So when the plant is weak, when the plants are not growing strongly, rigorously, the sucking pests take upper hand, and many times that they can cause damage. So sucking pests, another problem with sucking pest is that they suck the sap probably in excess to their requirement. So these excessive sap sucked from the leaves or the plant parts, they are secreted as honeydew, the sugary material on which the ants come for foraging. See, ants love the sugar. Ants need sugar for their survival, and they take them and store in their mounds. So for that purpose ants come. So ants activity on our plants is an indication of infestation by the sucking pests, basically the mealybugs or the aphids and other things that I am going to explain further. So because of this sugary secretion, sometimes what happens, the leaves become very shiny, and on this sugary secretion there will be fungal development. The black colored sooty mold develops, and it covers complete the leaves or the plant parts, and there again the photosynthesis may get affected, and that way also sucking pests affect the plant. The very important problem with sucking pests is they are the vectors of plant viruses. So they when they feed on healthy plants, so there is no problem many times that they may not cause the problems at all, or maybe minor. But when they feed on an infested or virus infected plant, so they take the virus gets incubated in the insect body, and when these insects with viruses feed on the healthy plant, so they can infuse and they cause the disease in a healthy plant or the viral disease in a healthy plant. So even one sucking pest on the garden plants could be very serious, and we have to consider how can we manage the sucking pests. So sucking pests are very severe in urban gardens compared to the biting insects. So let us try to understand which are all the sucking pests which are that are prevalent in our gardens. So I have tried to explain only those which are very important in urban gardens based on my experience of last 15 years dealing with different type of vegetable plants in container gardening. So one insect which is very severe, which is very common on the plants in containers, is mealybugs. That white insect which comes all along the stem, which will be on the leaves, and which can be maybe covering the fruits and other things. So this is a very severe insect on maybe on your tomato, bendi, or sometimes of course the flowering plants like hibiscus or even jasmine, or even sometimes even roses. See, whenever that garden plants are not attended, the mealybugs are very common. So again, as I said earlier, along with mealybugs there will be the activity of ants, and you have to be careful. The second most important insect that is prevalent in our urban garden is aphids. So aphids are again multiple colored, maybe black, yellow, or other color depending upon the type of the plant that it is feeding, and it will be on the leaf surface on the lower side mostly, and cause curling, and it can cover the whole of pods, like see, it likes the crops like cowpeas, crop like beans and other things. So all along the pods there will be stems, all along the tender shoots there will be aphids. So that way, see, aphids are also very severe insects in urban gardens, and we have to be taking care of our gardens. The third and another important insect what we see in our gardens are thrips. So all types of thrips, there are different type of thrips. All types of thrips need not be the pest insects. Some of them are the predators. Some of them may be very harmless, or maybe feeding on some fungal spores and other things. But we are interested only in the plant feeding thrips, or the one which cause damage. So thrips, again, they are very minute, fast moving insects in our gardens, especially in our chili, where it is causing the upward curling, or maybe roses, hibiscus, or even sometimes papaya, melons like watermelon if you are growing. So all these places that thrips are very severe problems, and thrips are also vectors of the diseases, especially in chili. It is an vector of leaf curl virus and have to be managed. Then mites. So mites are also a very important pest. If you ask me, so which is one important problem pest in our garden, then it is the mite. See, mites, see, generally we say that mites are not insects, because insects have 6 legs, mites have 8 legs. Mites are like spiders. So especially during summer, there will be the webs on the leaves, the spider mites, the very brown colored spots on the lower surface. Generally they feed. Many of these sucking pests will be there on the lower side. When it is, the infestation is very severe, they can go to the upper surface as well. It is always there, but generally they feed from the lower side. And from the top, if you see in mite infestation, that you will see white specks. See, white spots, white colored specks on the upper surface. Just by seeing on the top surface, that you can make out that there is some infestation on the lower side. So they are very severe insects, and you have to take some measures to manage them in our gardens. Another pest in our gardens which are very prevalent, particularly on chili, on tomato, on brinjal, and maybe on some other plants, even papaya. So the white flies. The whiteflies are very, again, not that small, but the small insects, so very common on our avenue plants. If you just touch that, they will be just flying out. So these are the whiteflies. Again, the both adults as well as the young ones or the nymphs, they suck the juice, they cause curling, they cause distortion, they can cause the death of the plants in the early stage, and probably they are the vectors of the plant diseases like the leaf curl. They are the vectors of mosaics. They are the vectors of maybe the ring spot in papaya. So like this, that there are the viral diseases transmitted by the whiteflies. Another important insect in our gardens is care insects. See, probably you will observe the bubble kind of things all along the stem, so a bulged portion. So that is the shell, that is the cover on the upper surface of the insect, or on the covering the insect body. So insect is always covered, protected from sunlight or vagaries of nature. So generally, if the plants are neglected, if the garden is not sprayed properly, so during that kind of situation, the scare insects will be there all along the stem, on the leaves, maybe on mango leaves, or maybe on other type of the leaves of the garden plants. The scares will be there, and they are severe. Once again, see, they also secrete the sugary honeydew, and the ants will be there during the infestation. So that way, see, all these sucking pests, they suck the juice, and they secrete the honeydew, and sooty moth development is very, very common in this kind of infestation, and an important symptom. Apart from these sucking pests, that whatever I suggested or mentioned, there are few which are minor. They also come. The one is pod bug. See, generally we call it as stink bug or shield bugs. So they feed on on the pod, on the shoot, on the leaves by making some punctures. So during wherever that they are punctured, probably there will be bending of the leaf tissue or the leaf. So some kind of curling, all these things happen. Say, pod bugs are also very important. Then there are some bugs which are called plataspid bugs. Again, they suck the juice and cause the damage. There are some other insects, probably maybe by their sucking action they can cause, but they are very, very minor insects as such. Basically, we need to look at the sucking pests as that they are the vectors of the viral diseases, and even one or two in our garden can be in damage. So we have to take some measures to reduce their numbers or keep their numbers under check, because they can multiply very fast. They can multiply sexually, they can multiply parthenogenically, so their numbers can increase in no time. So because of that reason, we have to understand how can we manage the sucking pests in our garden very efficiently. Probably in the next episode, I will explain about the managing the sucking pests. The other type of insects which we see in our garden are biting insects. So as I said, the biting insects have very, very strong mandibles, teeth, and they can cut the leaves, they cut the fruit, or bore into the fruit. They can probably bore into the stem and cause the damage. So let me just try to put some of these examples. One is cutworms. So I am trying to give some very, very important or maybe more economically damaging insects in urban gardens. The cutworms, they cut the seedlings, they cut the shoot, cut the branches sometimes, and they try to pull out of the try to pull into the earth or the soil. So they are very dangerous, because the whole plant is cut and your plant is gone. So that is very, very important, and we need to understand that how can we manage, during what time that they come, and how can we manage the cutworms. So I will explain in the next episode. Then the defoliators. Defoliators are the leaf feeders. So maybe caterpillars, maybe the leaf rollers, or sometimes even the insects which are maybe beetles or the weevils which are eating on the leaves. Maybe they may be completely devouring the leaves. They are the ones which are making holes. They are the one which are feeding from the sides like grasshoppers. So like that there are different, maybe cutworms, maybe caterpillars, maybe the grasshoppers, weevils, beetles. So they are all grouped under the category defoliators. See, we have seen the caterpillars feeding on our lemon plant, or the curry leaf plant, lemon butterfly, or even the marmalon butterfly. So all these kind of butterflies are also that they are pests basically, though they are very attractive insects, we agree, but when it comes to the plant health and plant growth, they are all pests. So the monarch butterfly and lime butterfly, many of us want to have in our garden, so that they increase the beauty of our gardens. Similarly, leaf scrapers, for example, diamond back moth. Diamond back moth is a very severe pest in the farmer's field, or even in our urban gardens. So they scrape the larvae, the caterpillars scrape on the leaf surface, and they make maybe a very thin layer on the leaf surface, and you can just make out that there is some damage. Similarly, there are some leaf rollers or leaf feeding insects which just scrape. Even many caterpillars in the early stage, they scrape and feed on the leaves. Then there are weevils and grasshoppers which feed on the sides of the on the leaves, and they make the cuts, so very irregular cuts on the from the surface, especially ash weevil. So we can easily make out notching. It is called notching. So they make the notching on the sides. There are leaf miners. You would have seen serpentine leaf miner, that white streak on your tomato leaf, on your brinjal leaf, that you can just make out, even on palak leaf. So there are some white streak. The eggs are inserted into the leaves. The larvae, the maggots, they hatch and they feed between the two layers of the leaves, making a tunnel in the leaf. So wherever that it is damaged, that it will be an discolored portion. So sometimes that it is in concentric portions, sometimes that it is a white streak. So basically not a major insect, but yes, they are prevalent in our gardens. Then there are some insects which cut the leaves, maybe leaf cutter bees or leaf cutter ants. So we will see some circular cuts on our particularly on rose leaves and some other even the vegetable plants. It is not for feeding, but it is to make the nests for their young ones. So they generally make and these kind of cuts and take it to their nests and make the nest and probably rear their young ones. Some insects which are causing galls, leaf galls or stem galls. So the insects are maybe the nymphs or the young ones are there inside and feed from inside, and as a result they cause the galls, maybe a bulged structure on the leaves, on the stem, so that sometimes that they are the weak portions and look ugly, and you may think that your plant is not healthy. There are some insects which are called the budworms or the fruit borers or the shoot borers. So they bore into the shoot, they bore into the stem, they bore into the fruit, and they may be a lepidopteran insect like fruit borer, like Heliothis, or the brinjal and brinjal fruit borer, brinjal shoot borer, or even sometimes they are the coleopteran beetles or the weevils which bore into the shoot, maybe your lemon plant or the citrus plants where there is some problem of shoot boring. So these kind of insects are also prevalent in our gardens. Some insects are flower feeders. So they feed on flowers like blister beetles or chopper beetles, or even sometimes the caterpillars like the fruit borer caterpillars. So we call them as budworms or the bollworms or the fruit borer. So they are very severe sometimes in our gardens, and because the flowers and fruits are our economic parts. So if you cut them, if you bore into, and probably it will shed off, and there will be loss of the crop or loss of yield. So that way, there are some are webbers, so they bring the leaves, they bring the shoot, and cause the web and feed from being inside. There are some insects which are fruit flies. So you may be having a very good yield, very good number of fruits in your garden, maybe on your bitter gourd, ridge gourd, or maybe bottle gourds. So suddenly an insect will come and puncture into the fruit, and there it may be a bent fruit, or it will puncture, or it will lay its eggs inside, and the maggots which feed from inside and cause the damage from inside. Fruit flies are very severe insects in our gardens. Sometimes that, especially on perennial plants like maybe fruit plants and the flower plants, so there could be some insects which are feeding on the bark, not that severe like farmers feed, but yes, they can come in our gardens as well. There are some insects which feed on the underground portions like root grubs. See, especially during April, May, June, along with the early showers. So you will see lots and lots of activity of root grubs. So not in all gardens, but some gardens, especially when you are collecting the soil from the village areas, from the unattended orchards and other things. So if you bring the compost, if you bring the soil and use it for gardening, there could be infestation of root grubs. So these root grubs feed on the roots. They probably make the plants to wilt and die. Sweet potato weevil is another underground insect, so which feeds on the tubers and make punctures, lay its eggs, and the whole of your sweet potato may be damaged sometimes because of tunneling action by the weevil. Like this, there are two categories of insects. One is the sucking pest, the other one is the biting insects. Both are there in our urban gardens. We see both type of insects which are very prevalent in our gardens. So we will see how to manage them if they reach to a stage which are very dangerous for the growth of the plants. I will try to explain the management aspects in the coming episodes. I request you to subscribe our YouTube channel Brix Bio for further updates. Thank you for watching this episode.